How would you like to develop an ability in your game so you boost your batting average and home run numbers that results in massive confidence on the baseball field so that you're able to embarrass, conquer, and destroy any pitcher that gets the unlucky task of facing you? Did you get that? It was pretty quick, so I'll say it again. You need to stay tuned because when you're done watching this video, you'll finally have a game that requires attention from coaches and scouts literally at every level that want you to play for their team. I know, it sounds like hype, but as you're soon about to see, it is very real. And it's actually the secret from how I went from just an average baseball player to a current college baseball player. And now it's how I develop players like you into supreme baseball players. Hi, my name is Coach Justin. I am the lead baseball skills trainer for Ultimate Baseball Training. We are one of the biggest online baseball training companies in the world. We've generated literally hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube. We have over 30,000 followers on Twitter, and we just started a new rapidly growing Instagram account with over 11,000 followers. Now, I don't like to brag about our credentials, but we've done well. But more importantly, our players have done well. They've done very, very well, and we would be nothing if it wasn't for their success. Now, in the past few years, we have helped players all over the world take their game to the next level. We deal with players of all ages, sizes, and skill levels, from middle school players to college and even professional players. But here's the best part. I pretty much have come up with the most popular training system out there that works for everybody, from the mechanics to the drills to the elite mentality training. They work for all players at all different levels, and it's all thanks to the very training system that I'm about to give you. Now, again, I don't say any of this to brag. I say it so that you know that I am different, so that you know that this is different. You see, I don't just talk about improving baseball players' games. I actually do this stuff, and I do it very well. I'm going to prove it to you, but better than that, I'm going to give you all the tools you need to do it yourself. But first, I need to tell you somewhat of an embarrassing story so you understand why this even matters. So about 6 years ago, it was the summer going into my junior year of high school, and it was an early Saturday morning. This is when me and my dad, the All-American former professional baseball player pictured there, well, we went to train at the field, and I remember it like it was yesterday. It was the three of us at the field. My dad was throwing batting practice to me and my teammate Sam. Now keep in mind, this was actually the first of many times that I trained with my dad where he explained something to me that absolutely skyrocketed my game. Normally he gives me little pointers here and there to fine-tune my skills, and they really help me out, but this day was different. I was hitting, and my dad told me to hit one out. No rules, just hit a home run. I knew I had power because I had great bat speed and I was a strong kid, and even though I wasn't known as a power hitter in games, all I did was work on my bat speed and power, so I knew how to hit the ball hard. At least I thought I knew how to hit the ball hard. I went into my load, the pitch came out of his hand, and I swung. Boom! I made contact and sent a screaming line drive to left center. The ball kept carrying and finally went over the fence. Yes! I was feeling accomplished, but then all of that changed. My dad took a few steps away from the L screen and started to walk towards the plate. He said, "Son, what are you doing? Do you think stepping in the bucket and swinging out of your shoes is going to work in real games? No wonder why you can't hit a breaking ball or take anything to the opposite field." I could hear the chuckles a few feet away from Sam, but he was right. I never had much success in games, even though I had a little skill. I was crushed, and in fact, it's one of the only 2 times I actually recall wanting to cry on the baseball field. I thought I was good, but I quickly found out I wasn't as good as I thought I was. And I know I was young and still learning, that goes without saying, and this isn't one of those woe is me stories where I'm trying to get you to feel sorry for me, because let's face it, I thought I was good. I thought I knew how to play the game and that nobody could tell me anything. But boy, was I wrong. In that moment, I felt like the biggest idiot and failure. I realized that I could hit a 40-mile-an-hour batting practice pitch, but I couldn't hit anything that spun in a real game or that wasn't right over the middle of the plate. So my dad told me to throw him a couple pitches and watch him do it. He grabbed the bat, he stepped in the box, and took a few swings. The first pitch I threw him was low and away, not even a strike. Boom! In a split second, he had done what I had never done in my career. He had an absolute bomb to the opposite field that was way further than mine, and he was in his upper 40s at that time. He made it look so easy. He didn't step in the bucket or swing out of his shoes. He just took a balanced, controlled, and violent swing. Now throw me a curveball, he said. I wound up, hung a curveball right over the plate, and he kept his hands inside the ball and hammered it to right center. You see that? Bat control. He told me not to get frustrated, but we had a lot of work to do. And that's really when everything started to change for me. So if you've ever heard this story, you know how it ends. I got to work, immediately trained hard with my dad the rest of the summer, and I improved a ton over those 3 summer months. But that's not all. A miracle happened. I went from being that guy that had no confidence in the box, I'd been scared to hit, fear of what my coaches and teammates would say if I struck out, and I used to not be able to beat pitchers in real games nor hit the ball with any authority. I even struck out against any type of legit pitching. But like I said, a miracle happened. I improved so much after that summer that I ended up going from not even standing out on my high school team to starting as a freshman in college. And the rest is history. After a very successful first year of college, I earned a scholarship, and I was even fortunate enough to receive mentions about being the freshman player of the year in my conference. So when you train and train but never see results, it feels really good to actually see results doing something new. Now, I learned a lot of lessons from my dad, but here was the biggest of them all. I never would have ever been able to accomplish what I accomplished if I didn't know how to truly train my baseball game. I'm talking every aspect of it. I thought I was going to have trouble staying in my high school lineup, and then just a few quick years later, I'm starting on my college team and playing against some of the best competition in the country. It's impossible. At least it would have been if I never would have trained with an elite trainer. I also learned the value of the little things in training that literally generate huge results in no time at all. I mean, literally transform my game to a superstar status in just a few weeks and saw immediate results after that first training session where I was humiliated. I want you to have that same experience. That's why I'm not only going to show you how to train, but I'm also going to give you an entire training system, over 13 modules that make up Level Elite Hitting so you can dominate. Now again, I know that sounds hypey. In fact, it almost sounds silly telling you this story, but that's exactly what happened, and it can happen to you too. Now the program is proven and already tested for you, and even if you've never really trained for baseball, that's okay. This works for players at any level. In fact, if you're fairly new to training like this, you will generally see results quicker than anyone else because of the unique way the course is structured inside. But more on that in a bit. I've taken everything I learned from those early training days with my dad, mixed it with the training I've done in college with my hitting coach, who, by the way, has over 3,000 professional at-bats, and that I've tested with thousands of players just like you. So I've already cut the fat. I've cut the things that didn't work or took longer to work. So now we have this training system that will help you get results. But that's my story. Let's talk about you. Do you feel like the most confident player each and every time you step on the field? Are you able to beat any pitcher? I'm talking any pitcher that steps in your path. How about your bat speed? Can you create ridiculous amounts of backspin and power behind every single swing you take? No? Well, that's okay, because all of those things are going to start happening once you start training with Level Elite Hitting. There's no delay because you don't have to spend time actually trying the drills and seeing which ones work and which ones don't, or how many reps to do. You just watch, copy, and train. With a proven system like Level Elite Hitting, you get better day after day, week after week, month after month. And the best part is it never stops working. I mean, that's the real beauty of having the Level Elite Hitting system. It is exactly that, a system that works each and every time you train with it. Great players, even MLB players, they aren't mutants. They aren't aliens from another planet. They simply have the best training and they know how to use it. Now, that's what I want you to have. All the best training so you can enhance your game. I want to show you this training and how it works, but first I need to address a big lie being told out there by these so-called online training experts that have zero baseball playing experience and haven't picked up a bat in years. You see, the problem is today's training gurus focus all their efforts on trying to come up with the craziest innovative drill, and almost no effort on how the drill even applies to real game situations. Your priority needs to be real game situational training, like the training in Level Elite Hitting. Now, if you've been training and just haven't seen results, then this is why. It's not your fault. You just haven't been taught how to do things. Fortunately, I can teach you how to have an unfair advantage over 98% of your competition just by training with the method I've learned over the years at all of my different levels of play. and the method that us college players and pros actually use, and that is level elite hitting. Here's a quick picture of it. Now, I just spent some time watching a few big league teams work out, and guess what I didn't see? I didn't see any gadgets or tennis balls. I didn't see any swing trainers or any special hitting contraptions. None of that. What I actually saw is waiting for you inside of level elite hitting. So here's how it's going to work. In addition to getting some amazing bonuses, which I'll go over in a bit, you are also going to receive 13 modules where I walk you through the exact training principles you'll be doing inside of level elite hitting. These principles are going to allow you to have home run hitting power, lightning quick bat speed, professional hitting mechanics. You're going to be a batting average machine. You're going to have top level execution and scrappy two-strike hitting approach, an unbeatable mentality, pre and post training maintenance. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about injury prevention. So module 1, let's take a look at each individual module really quickly. Module 1 is all about the basic mental approach. You're going to have an approach of wanting to hit. You're going to realize that hitting is the hardest thing to do in all of sports. You'll learn how to cope with failure and learn what your ultimate goal as a hitter needs to be, which is quality at bats. Module 2 is bat selection. We'll talk about aluminum versus wood, different sweet spot sizes, length and weight, thick versus thin handle, how to find a bat that will allow for the greatest amount of bat speed, which is really important. Module 3 is the proper grip, so how to establish a perfect grip every time you pick up the bat. Do you align your door knocking knuckles? Is that the right way to do it? We'll talk about a major cause of swing problems, where to hold the bat in your hands. You'll learn how to cup your wrists and learn how to avoid tension, so you have that nice, relaxed, tension-free swing. Module 4 is all about stance. It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. We'll talk about open, square, and closed stances, how wide your stance should be, how much to bend your knees, an easy way to develop the perfect stance in less than 5 seconds, and how to stay comfortable in the box. Module 5 is all about the load. I'll give you a quick physics lesson about overcoming inertia, how to properly shift your weight, where power really comes from, and hint, it's not the load, how to lengthen your front arm, and we'll talk about the biggest reason for the load is, you'll find out. Module 6, the stride, how to properly stride for maximum bat speed, consistency, and power, why the stride gets a lot of players into trouble. We'll talk about overstriding, stepping in the bucket, landing on the heel, some other common mistakes, how to maintain your balance, and when the swing actually starts. Module 7, hands and head, how to avoid hitting with only one eye. That's kind of important, right? How to recognize pitches early, how to keep your hands relaxed throughout the swing, and what is the ideal starting point for your hand placement? What angle do you hold the bat at? How high to hold your back elbow? We'll talk about all of that. Module 8, bat speed, how to improve your bat speed each time you step on the field. We'll talk about the donuts and weighted bat controversy, mentality, and how it drastically affects your bat speed. How to develop extreme torque with the lower body, how to whip the bat through the zone, and lifting weights to improve bat speed. Module 9, developing built-in mechanics, how to develop muscle memory, how to find a routine that works for you, why practice does not make perfect, and how to avoid wasting your time at the field. Module 10 will talk about a bunch of common hitting mistakes and swing flaws, and more importantly, how to actually fix them. So like the cocked or tilted head, front elbow up, back elbow too high, using your hands too much, squishing the bug, pulling your head out, casting, rolling over, lunging, dipping your back shoulder, wrapping, and some non-mechanical flaws. Module 11, how to get hit by a pitch. Sounds easy, right? But, getting hit is part of the game. So you're going to learn how to get hit for more confidence in yourself at the plate. Higher on-base percentages will help your team win. We'll talk about that. And you're going to learn how to roll with the pitch. Module 12, we'll talk about bunting, small ball, and executing the game. And how catching a baseball and bunting are related. Teach you how to sacrifice bunt, one of my favorites, how to drag and push bunt for a base hit to boost that batting average, and how to execute hit and runs, move them overs, infield in, infield back, sac flies, all that good stuff. Module 13 is the advanced mental approach. I love this module. We're going to learn about counts and how to guess what pitch is coming. It's easier to hit if you know what pitch is coming. How to sit on pitches, how to create an action plan, hitting off-speed pitches, lefties, junk throwers, power pitchers, and hitting in different counts, situational hitting, and two-strike approach. We're also going to talk about pre- and post-training maintenance, injury prevention, and dynamic activation, including a dynamic warm-up and the infamous Pedroia warm-up series. You're also going to have complete access to my hitting drills section. Now, the way this works is whenever we find a new drill that we like, we automatically put it in there and show you how to implement it into your game. Now I know what you're thinking, man, stop talking, just tell me the price and how to get it, right? Well, I'm sorry it took so long, but you have to know everything you're getting before you invest in something, right? So here's what we cover inside. Once again, the basic mental approach, bat selection, the proper grip, stance, the load, stride, hands and head, bat speed, developing built-in mechanics, common hitting mistakes and swing flaws, how to get hit by a pitch, bunting, small ball, execution, advanced mental approach, pre and post training maintenance, injury prevention, dynamic activation, and of course, my proven to work drills. So if you act right now, this second, you can invest in the Level Elite hitting system for just $29. $29. So all you have to do if you're ready to take action right now, if you're really ready to take your game to the next level and become a better hitter, then just click that yes, I'm ready for the Level Elite hitting system button right below this video, and you'll automatically be taken to the page where you can complete your payment. It's just $29, a one-time fee, no monthly charges or anything crazy like that. So hit that green button right now and go add this to your cart. Then you will immediately be taken to a page where you can access all of the modules. But I urge you to continue watching this video because we're really just getting started. Along with the modules I've already mentioned, I'm also going to throw in 3 bonuses for you today. Bonus number 1 is my at-home training. So let's face it, some days you just can't get to the field. Well, now you can still do some of the Level Elite hitting system at home so that you don't waste a day sitting at home doing nothing. And this means you can always find ways to get better no matter the circumstances. Bonus number 2 is my bat speed training system. So everyone is constantly searching for a few extra miles an hour to add to their bat speed. This training will provide you with the tools and workouts necessary to make that happen. The more bat speed a player has, the more he will be able to let the ball travel, and bat speed buys you time, buys you confidence. The last bonus, something brand new that I just created a few days ago, it's probably my absolute favorite part of this course, is bonus number 3, a 1-hour audio program. In-game mentality focus. So the mentality side of baseball gets far overlooked, but it's truly what separates the good players from the great players. And if you want to be great, then no matter how hard you work on your skills, you still have to have that it factor mentally. This bonus will help you develop the killer instinct mentality practically overnight. With your purchase, you're also going to get my 100% satisfaction 60-day money-back guarantee. So this is a no excuses 60-day money-back guarantee. You can try it risk-free for the full 60 days, and if you're not totally and completely blown away by the results you're seeing, just contact us. It's a super easy process. So the risk is all on me right now. So here's again what you're getting. The basic mental approach, bat selection, the proper grip, stance, the load, the stride, hands and head, bat speed, developing built-in mechanics, common hitting mistakes and swing flaws, how to get hit by a pitch, bunting, small ball, and execution, advanced mental approach, pre and post training maintenance, injury prevention, dynamic activation, proven to work drills, and my bonus number 1, at-home training, bonus number 2, bat speed training system, and bonus number 3, in-game mentality audio. Once again, it's just $29. I mean, that's pretty much one meal eating out. You spend $29 pretty much like it's nothing. So all you have to do to invest in your future, invest in yourself, if you really want to take your game to the next level, all you have to do is just click the add to cart button below. That'll automatically take you to the payment page. And guys, I'm ready to go. I hope you are too. Hopefully this video has gotten you excited. I'm excited to start teaching you everything I know about hitting and taking your game to the next level. So just click on that add to cart button below, and I look forward to seeing you in the inside.